Hey everybody, Mike McElroy here with Center Coast Realty. Welcome back. It is time for yet another Chicago real estate market update. You have been hearing all about the real estate market on every major news outlet for the past couple of months or even longer. It's on fire right now, but you're probably wondering what's happening here in Chicago. So we're going to get into that in this video. Before we do, as always, what we're about to talk about is the whole Chicagoland market, but every community and every neighborhood is different. If you want to know what's going on in your neighborhood, fill out this form below with your name, email address, and the community or neighborhood that you are interested in, and we will send you a handcrafted report on the neighborhood of your choice so you know what's going on in your own backyard. All right, let's get into it, and we'll start, as always, by doing the numbers. April, the trend continues. For the Chicagoland area overall, prices are up 4% just since December. They've been going up about 1% per month, which is an insane pace. In the city of Chicago, they're up about 3.2%, and in downtown city center neighborhoods, only up about 1.2%. Some neighborhoods are definitely standouts from that. So if you want to know what's going on in one of those neighborhoods, as I said before, fill out that form below. Supply and demand, our best measure of where the market goes next. We're going to talk about the demand side of things first. How many homes went under contract? These are some fun numbers, especially comparing the year over year to April of 2020, which, as you may recall, was the pandemic month. Overall, in the Chicagoland area, the number of homes under contract year to date is up 41.4%. And in the month of April, 100%, literally double the number of homes went under contract this past April as they did in April of 2020, which again makes sense. Everyone was hiding inside and the market's on fire right now. So we've got the absolute extremes of each spectrum. So the year over year numbers on a monthly basis are pretty nuts. This is interesting though. As we go closer and closer to downtown, the differences get more extreme. So in the city of Chicago, year to date, contracts are up 66%, and in April they were up 173%. And in downtown and city center neighborhoods, they're up 85.4% year to date and 218% just in the month of April. So that's a huge year over year increase. Again, it makes sense because last year there was a lot less demand because everyone was hiding inside. And it also shows that there's probably even more pent-up demand in some of those downtown and city center neighborhoods. So this is really interesting because a lot of people were wondering, is downtown going to come back from this, or is downtown over? People don't have to work in the office quite as much these days. Now, this whole time, we've been thinking, that's probably not the case. People like to live downtown because that's where the things they want to do are. It's just that they've kind of taken a year off from buying downtown, and it seems like people are starting to come back. This is kind of the first sign of that. So we're definitely going to be monitoring this trend going forward to see if we're right about this. Now let's talk about the supply side of things, okay? In the city, there's still more supply than there was this time last year, but there's 30% less supply than there was at its peak in September of 2020. So it's headed down. We're starting to work our way through that supply. In Chicago overall, we have less supply than we did last year, down 7.2%. And in the market as a whole, city and suburbs, down 50%. So that story is pretty much the same. We're about half as many homes for sale as there were this time last year. That's been a trend for quite some time now. So home sellers, enjoy. This market has some legs. We think it's going to last longer than a typical market. Usually things start to slow down in mid-May or June. Certainly July and August start to slow down, and that'll be the case. We're experiencing the peak right now, and so things will taper off just a bit, but it's so hot that it's really not going to be too much of an issue for you, even if you want to sell over the next couple months. At some point, the music is going to stop, but we have a little bit of time. So enjoy if you're looking to sell this year. Home buyers, just a little preview of what you're up against right now. The median time for listing to contracts, in other words, how long homes are on the market in April, was 7 days, median. So that means that half of all sales were actually faster than 7 days. Homes are selling less than a week. But it also means that half of all homes sold slower than 7 days. So let's unpack that a little bit. In April, there were 17,000 contracts in the Chicagoland area. But there are currently 10,000 homes on the market that have market times greater than 30 days right now, which is typically right around the time that a lot of sellers start thinking about a price drop, especially in a market like this. So what does that mean? It means that most homes are selling really, really fast, but there's still opportunity for value in this market if you know where to look. You just have to be willing to purchase a home that doesn't necessarily have all the bells and whistles that are currently popular, emphasis on currently. Because what we're starting to see with some of these trends in the downtown areas, West Loop homes under contract are higher than they have been on record back to 2008 over the past couple of months. That's bananas. So this demand is starting to come back, but there's still a ton of supply. If you're looking for a home in that market, you might have the opportunity to negotiate a little bit more. So look in denser urban areas that are currently a little less popular, but probably coming back very soon. Smaller homes with less outdoor space, but have other cool features. Look for those. And in short, those places that are currently out of style, but that you believe will be back in style as things get back to normal here. The city's talking about maybe being completely back to normal with no capacity limits by the 4th of July. Okay? So that's pretty soon. That means your opportunity is probably right now, but again, you gotta look for value. All right, folks, that's my advice for Chicagoland home buyers and sellers right now. Again, if you want to know what's going on in your neighborhood, fill out that form below with your name, email, and the neighborhood you're interested in. We will send you that handcrafted report. We're going to sign off for now, but we'll see you here next time when we break down the May numbers and see what's going on for the rest of the summer. We'll see you then.